Hello. All right. So this is my depth year update video. First quarter of the year. Where am I at with my depth year? So I'm just going to open up my little book here and see what goals I'd set for myself. So the point of me sharing where I'm at with my depth year is to share my experience. If you meant to start a depth year and you failed, no, you didn't fail. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. You could start a depth year at any time of the year, okay? It doesn't matter. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till January 1st now, 2023, to start a depth year. You could start one like tomorrow. Your birthday. July. Doesn't matter. Whenever you're ready, that's when you start your depth year, if that is something that you want to do. So my goals for 2022 had evolved. Like I'm not gonna do the recap. I'm gonna tell you how they had evolved the last time I spoke to you about it. So no shopping. Well, that's going really great. I'm not shopping to relieve stress. I'm not shopping impulsively. The flip side of that is I'm not shopping. When I need something, it goes on a shopping list. And I'm finding it harder and harder to go. I don't feel like shopping, even for things that I need. And the fact that I haven't gone, and there's stuff that I put on my list that I so-called needed. What was that? So-called needed. In January, I still haven't picked up, and I'm doing okay. So, whatever. So that's the no shopping. And that's what I mean is like no shopping. Like, obviously things that I need, I've groceries, personal care, like whatever, that kind of stuff, of course, items for the home that I need, I've purchased. But what I'm trying to say is that it's pretty much that's it. And the letting go of the shopping habit, or letting go of the shopping habit, right? Like, I had such an exhausting week. Let me go online and shop. I'll give you an example. Just from yesterday, I got the email that there's 20% off at one of the sites I shop at. It's like every 6 months they have the 20% off. I can't even be bothered. Like, there's some things I need to pick up with the, which I take advantage of 20% off, and I'm gonna have to force myself to go online and place that order, because it's some items that I need. And need, again, it's like third party kind of need. It's not just for me, it's also family, right? So my family members. But anyway, so that's going great. As far as my my health goals, I'm doing really, really well. So I'll start with the mental health goals, which I think is for everybody. I really pulled back from social media. I literally pop into Instagram a couple of times a week to check to see if I have any DMs, which I don't encourage that people DM me there, but if that's where okay, that sounds mean, but what I'm trying to say is that I'm not really good at answering DMs. I'm not really good at all. Those of you who've emailed me through my website know I'm not really good at answering emails either. And it's just because I was a little burned out in 2021. And in 2022, I pulled back significantly from, like I said, I pop into Instagram a couple of times a week. I post more than I consume, so I'm creating more than I consume, and I already don't post much on Instagram. Same thing with anything on the internet. That's like, I've gotten rid of, like, I've unsubscribed to most of what I was subscribed to prior to January 1st. And I'm not consuming much content on the internet at all. So I've really pulled back from the internet. I really don't know what's going on out there in terms of, like, I don't know what's going on in YouTube that much because I'm not consuming a lot of YouTube. I don't know what's going on, and it feels so freaking good, people. If I can recommend one thing to you right now, get off the fucking internet. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird because I'm posting a video to the internet and I'm telling you to get off the fucking internet. Take a break. Take a break from all that input. It's oh my gosh. It's like, first of all, Instagram is like the absolute worst. Whenever I get messages from people that are having a hard time, it always starts with, I was on Instagram and I saw, oh my God, Instagram is fake. Get off of Instagram. It's fake. Instagram is for people to sell you shit. Well, I'm not in the market to buy shit, so I don't need to be on Instagram to consume content. I'm not selling anything on Instagram. I'm just there. I share, like I told you before, I share something I ate. One of my posts was about answering a question that I get a lot that's related to Italian folk magic, which I'm going to be posting a video in a little bit anyway on it. So there's that. My next goal was reading more. That one, I'm not doing so good. I'm not doing so good with reading more because I'm not reading at all. But something else replaced reading. I've started drawing again and coloring, coloring my own drawings. I started, one of my projects was, I had purchased this journal in 2019 because I got sucked into the whole tarot journaling craze whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people were everybody was journaling their tarot daily draws and all this stuff. I could never get into that. But what I did started doing is, and because I had like, this was, can't even show you anything because it's personal. Okay, I'll show you this one. So because I got this in 2019, my card of the year for 2019 was the Hierophant. So, I printed up a Hierophant from at the time I had the giant Rider-Waite that I used back in the day for teaching tarot workshops. And I glued it. It's right here. I glued it on a page. I wrote down all the keywords to it, a quote related to it, 2019 card of the year, yada, yada, yada. It totally felt like not me. And what I've started to do is cover up the shit that is not me. See, this is craft paper. Beautiful. I wrinkle it up and then I use a glue stick and I glue it onto a page and it's brand new. This is from a page in a book. I didn't rip it out of the book, although that would have been like really cool if I had ripped it right out of the book. On Michael cutting cords, Michael Archangel cutting cords. And so instead of reading, I've been rehabbing my what had started out as a tarot journal that I don't use as a tarot journal at all. This is another page I did that has the poem A Witch's Prayer by Alyssa Silfen that I just popped there, and then I made a little frame with tissue paper because I'm 5 years old. For me, there's nothing, oh my God, I love this. amber resin. For me, there is nothing more gratifying and more relaxing and more soul nurturing than plastic arts. Remember plastic arts from primary school? Yeah. All my art projects are grade 1 art projects. Okay, maybe not grade 1. Grade 3. And even my science projects that I've been doing. I needed my list because for my video that I'm recording. I forgot I was talking to you. Okay. Well, I don't know what I thought. Anyway, I forgot that I needed my prompts. Sorry about that. Even my science projects that I'm doing, you know. So instead of reading, I've been doing other stuff, and I guess it's part of the creating more than consuming. Maybe that's what it is, because it's subconscious, right? It's like our words cast a spell all the time. So my science projects, grade 1 science projects, I cut up some celery the other day. I put the butt end in a dish, in a bowl with some water, and it's sprouting new celery. Oh my God, it's very exciting. I'm trying to sprout my own avocado plant because I realize that all my plants are. I originally started with 2 or 3 plants, and I have quite a number of plants, and they're all offsprings of the original plants. So, all right. So instead of reading, that's what I've been doing, and oh my God, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Oh my God, people. Okay, this has been my favorite thing this year so far. All right. This glue stick, my Elmer's glue stick, or like this. All right. And as far as depth here is trying to is working on my surroundings to make them more appealing to me, more cozy. You know, it's that whole I think the Danish call it hygge, is to make cozy. So I'm still working on that as I have time. My word of the year is boundaries. Boundaries is applying to the fact that I pulled back from social media in a big way. Boundaries is also bleeding into my personal and my professional life. Boundaries with friends, boundaries with family, boundaries at work, boundaries with the public, because I work with the public, and boundaries with work. I tend to throw myself into things. I tend to say yes to everything. And then find out I'm overwhelmed, overworked, whatever. You know what I mean? Bite off more than I can chew. My other depth year goal is curating. So as you know from if you watched my previous video, I got rid of almost all my decks, and it was the most liberating thing I had done in ever. So freaking liberating. It is so quiet here. I just have the few tarot decks that I actually use. The one I use the most is Thoth anyway, and I use it for everything. And best thing I ever did was just pack it all up and bye-bye. You know what? I part of the whole process for me, the best part of it was that, you know, I just didn't want to be in that space anymore. So no, I wasn't going to start listing and, you know, hanging out on these Facebook groups and listing them for sale. I didn't want to muck around with you already know I'm so bad at replying to emails and DMs. Could you imagine if I post something on Facebook Marketplace? No. Or eBay or even like through here. No, it's gone. They're all gone. And I I used my my clarity that I gained from my novena to Saint Michael, and that clarity was just incredible. And that has spread to other aspects. That clarity has spread to other aspects of my life. Cutting those cords has spread to other aspects of my life. So that's where I am right now. And so the curating of what I do have, my books are streamlined. My decks are just down to what I actually use. Witchcraft supplies. Those of you who've been following for a little while here know that I'm a folk magic practitioner, and most of my supplies are foraged, found in nature, pilfered from my kitchen cupboard, like the spice and herbs and stuff like that. I don't use a lot of stuff. My aesthetic is not exactly Instagram invested in being the witchiest aesthetic. My aesthetic just reflects who I am. My practice is very of Italian folk magic on one side, but heavily nature based on the other, because my people, their practice was very heavily nature based, and that is something that I brought with me into my practice. And that, my friends, is my depth year update. I look forward, this is just the first quarter of the year, and I look forward to see where it takes me. One thing I did, so there's no shopping, right? But I had pre-ordered a book that I wanted to share with you because I was pleasantly surprised. I normally don't pre-order anything. I don't have the temperament for pre-order. This is why I never fell into, thank goodness, the Kickstarter craze of pre-ordering decks before they were even created or anything of that nature. And because I don't have the correct temperament for that. I can't even pre-order something on Amazon Amazon, because of where I live. That's pretty much the option, right? I can't pre-order anything because, one, they give you one date, and this is specifically for Amazon.ca. Yeah? They tell you that it's going to be released on the 8th of the month, and you're waiting 3 months later, you finally get your copy. But I had pre-ordered one book, and the reason I pre-ordered this book was because, there's a channel that I still consume a lot of their content, especially now in my depth year. If I do go to watch some videos, I'll watch Molly Roberts, because Molly Roberts has been a long time favorite. And I did pre-order her book, Art Magic. Excuse me, it's the coffee. Give me a little heartburn, but I love it. And I'm so glad I didn't cancel this pre-order. It took forever for me to get it. I kept seeing other people post about it, and I was still waiting. It's terrible, but it's beautiful. It's Molly in a book. It's magazine size with nice glossy magazine pages, and it's what I love about this is that I typically don't like these kind of books because I'll look through it and I'll see maybe there's one thing I would do and I end up doing nothing. But this book actually just inspires me to do whatever it is I want to do, is what I'm trying to say. It's really well done. And yeah, so I wanted to, because I've consumed her content over the years, I wanted to give back. So I pre-ordered her book, but I'm also happy that I have it. It's great. And that's pretty much it. So that's my depth year. How's yours going? If you're doing a depth year, feel welcome to leave a comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Like I said, not doing good with the reading part, but I'm doing something else instead. Maybe it'll help you reflect on your depth year. Maybe you set out certain goals for yourself that you're not attaining, or you're not sticking to, but it's been replaced with something else. And I'm going to let you go right here, and I'll see you in the next video.